I used to think I could do this alone, but out here, nothing is free, and no one's coming to save us. We'll see if this will work there.
Look at this.
If you're a prepper, you are probably thinking, yeah, I just need to be able to survive on my own, build on my own, do on my own. If you're an off-gridder, you probably think the same way. But that is false thinking. Why? Because without community, you will not survive. You cannot do everything on your own. And so today I got to go and build relationships within the community. Each and every day I do something a little bit different, whether it be doing a little bit of work here around the property or going into going into town and communicating with community members or working with my neighbors, because here's the thing, nothing's free out here, and that's what most people don't understand. You may think, oh, somebody's doing something nice for me, not realizing that there is some sort of reciprocity that you should be considering. Why should you be considering this reciprocity? Because again, nothing is free. My neighbor was able to give me a ride yesterday. That ride allowed me to save my back so I didn't have to carry my propane because I don't have a vehicle. Also, because I'm having an issue with the post office, he was able to drop me by and let me get some food shopping so I didn't have to do a long walk into town and a long walk back. So how are you reciprocal of something like that? Well, I know that my friend, my neighbor, he likes to smoke, so I'll offer him a couple of cigarettes because every time I go into town, I buy myself a pack of smokes as a treat for myself as a reward for going in. Well, that's something that I know that he likes. Also, another thing is he was telling me about projects that he was working on, and how he was behind and how there were some other things going on. And I thought, what would be a great way to be able to show my appreciation and to show my gratitude, than to go over and to offer my assistance. Was I doing it for pay? Was I doing it for anything else? No, I wasn't. I was doing it because as a community member, we all got to help each other. There was something that a farmer that I met on a bus once said to me. He says, "Look, in the farming community, if one farmer goes down, we all go down. So the community comes together. If a guy gets sick, a guy gets injured, the community comes together, helps him with his cattle. Because here's the thing, when when one of the other ranchers has a problem, that guy is going to step up and help, because not only did the community step up to help him, so he has a reciprocity obligation, but also it's part of pulling your part. What most people forget is that community is about fairness. What I mean by fairness is those that help you should also be helped by you along the way. They may have things like, for example, my neighbor, he has a car, and that car is valuable to me because it makes it easier so that I don't have to put my propane tank in my backpack, walk all the way there with it, and then have it like put me down for about 2 days because of how it bruises up my back. Well, that is something of value, because otherwise I would have had to be on my own, do it on my own, and go in there into town and get my stuff, and deal with the consequences afterwards. Or I could show my appreciation for somebody that's willing to help me out within the community by being there to help them out. So next time when I need something, they're not going to sit there and go, well, I'm not sure if I want to do this because I needed help and I didn't get any help. Or, yeah, this person just isn't reciprocating in the right way, because everybody wants to help somebody. But what most people forget is that, just like people want to help somebody, they also hope that that help will be there for them when they need it. And so those that are not reciprocal about giving as much help as they're getting are going to get ostracized from a community, especially as the world breaks down, as the grid breaks down, supply chains, economic, whole nine yards. As it breaks down, you're going to stop worrying about what's going on a national level or on a state level or even on a county level, because you're going to be stuck in your own community trying to survive. And if you don't build a strong and healthy community within your area of living by creating relationships. Now, everybody has their own community. I have my community that I'm building, the relationships that I build, plus the people that come over here that buy land from Stephanie become a part of my community as well. So therefore, I get to pick and choose my community by the relationships in which I build. And so it becomes very, very important that you start building relationships with people that will be beneficial to you and that you could be beneficial to them. like my neighbor, he's got a lot of what he needs, but he needs labor just for various reasons. And so therefore some of the stuff that he has could really help me out versus my labor could help him out. So therefore it becomes reciprocal. So therefore it becomes a relationship that you want to build, because everybody's got to bring something to the table. And if you don't do this in a community, you will not have very much success, because the lesson from Thanksgiving and the pilgrims and all that stuff is that 90% of the people were doing nothing, 10% of the people were doing 90% of the work. And so, if you put that much burden, then nobody wants to be a part of it, because the community itself is broken down. People are not bringing their share to the table. Think of it like a giant potluck. Everybody has to bring their dish. Your dish may be labor, your dish may be expertise, your dish may be you have certain things that can be offered. So let's say you've got a grower around you that needs a place to be able to hang their plants and dry them. Okay, well, great. I'm going to help you because I know that you're going to help me, and I know that this is going to be reciprocal. And I think that this is a core foundation to survival during SHTF, during any crisis that may happen, whether it be an economic collapse, a governmental collapse, or the whole world going on fire. It doesn't matter. Everything starts and ends with the community. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more about how to create a survival network around yourself. We'll talk about this more as time goes along. If you want to help out the channel, I've got memberships here, and on Patreon, it also you get raffle tickets for getting memberships. You just have to come over to the live stream in the evening. We do the raffle the first of every month. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one.